Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Meals with Marshall, where today we'll be taking a crack at the infamous car panini from Family Guy, which will be giving a little Latin American twist. Here in front of us we have the ingredients from the car panini, as well as their replacement counterparts. So instead of Vienna sausage, we'll be using some pork chorizo, and instead of Cadbury eggs, which I couldn't find, so here's an egg. Instead of Cadbury eggs, we'll be using some Mexican crema. Instead of Reese's peanut butter cups, we'll be making a chocolate peanut butter mole sauce, which we'll be topping our sandwich with. Instead of nacho flavored Dorito chips, we'll be making some cheese crisps from some Cojita cheese, however you pronounce that. And instead of white bread, which Peter uses, we'll be using some salty, crusty, good old-fashioned sourdough bread. So Daddy needs a new knife, so let's go ahead and begin. To make our mole sauce, first we're going to start by putting our pork chorizo into a saucepan on medium heat, and we're going to go ahead and cook that down so we could render some of the fat out of the chorizo, which we are then going to leave in the pan after we strain that. Don't overcook your chorizo. And there wasn't enough oil in the chorizo, so we're going to go ahead and add a little extra olive oil, followed by 300 grams of onions, which we're going to continue to cook down, and those are going to naturally deglaze that fond off the bottom of the pan. After we get some of that extra flavor, we're going to add our onions into the blender, followed by 1 3/4 cup of chicken stock, 50 grams of chilies, which we soaked in water, 40 grams of preferably Reese's peanut butter, 25 grams of crushed tostadas, 15 grams of sugar, 1 gram of oregano, and 150 grams of chopped Mexican chocolate. Once we find our power button, we're going to go ahead and blend that to a smooth consistency and add that back into our pot here, which we're going to let simmer for about 15 minutes to let those flavors get to know each other. Next, we're going to make our Cojita cheese crisps by using a square mold, where we're going to press 25 grams of Cojita cheese, and we're going to put that in the oven at 420 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes, and they should come out looking a little bit like this: airy, fluffy, crispy, really salty and delicious. Next, we're going to go to our car panini, and as the neighbors awkwardly stare at us from a distance, we're going to put our buttered sourdough bread into the grill and carefully take those out without burning yourself. And now we're going to go ahead and take our cooked chorizo, about 50 grams of that, and press it into the same square mold we used for our Cojita cheese crisps. And voila! Now that we've completed our meat, cheese, bread, and sauce components, we can compile our car panini. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and pour ourselves a nice drink because, well, we deserve it. And we'll start by putting down a foundation of our chocolate peanut butter mole sauce, followed by a layer of our sourdough. Next is our cheese crisp. And sandwiched in the middle is our square pork chorizo patty. Next is another layer of Cojita cheese. And to cap it all off, another piece of our sourdough bread. We're going to cover that with our chocolate peanut butter mole sauce and crisscross that with our Cadbury egg cream topping, as Peter says, our Mexican crema, and to garnish we're going to put some extra Cojita cheese. And there we have it, our Mexican car panini. And before we dig in and cut open our cross section, we have to get our glove box underwear bib and open that up to a nice cross section. Now I gotta say, this was it was pretty good. You know, the only thing I would have done is maybe add a little extra salt, but all in all, it was good enough to join the Clean Plate Club. So hey, thank you Andrew for allowing us this opportunity to be creative, and I really hope you guys enjoy this recipe at home.